I now have the honor of introducing our commencement speaker, Dr. Ali Reza Arabnia, Group President and CEO of the Geico Taikisha Group based in Milan, Italy, a global leader in the planning and construction of turnkey automated car painting systems whose innovations have revolutionized the industry. When Dr. Arabnia was already a successful businessman in Italy, he applied to a number of MBA programs. Though he was accepted to all of them, he noticed that USD was the only school emphasizing social responsibility, and our beautiful campus sealed the deal. His company sponsored his studies, but he was also given a near impossible goal: to complete the 2-year program in just 1 year, which he did in 1987. Upon his return to Italy, he was given charge of a failing automotive paint company, a small firm that proved to be his first real challenge as a CEO. After 3 years of hard work, the business turned around and became the biggest company in the world in its field. He was tested again after September 11, 2001, when his company's Chicago branch suddenly lost profitability. Though he was pressured to lay off 60 people, he refused and instead gave up his own salary, bonus, and stock options. By February 2002, the business was back on track. Under his leadership, the company has reacted to various challenges over the years by investing heavily in innovation and in research. USD recognized him with the Arthur E. Hughes Career Achievement Award in 2007. In 2014, he was honored by the President of Italy with the Cavaliere del Lavoro, or the Knight of Labor Award. This title began in 1901 and is awarded each year to those who have distinguished themselves with their innovative contributions to Italy's economy. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ali Reza Arabnia.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon to everybody. I have to thank, really, from my bottom of my heart, Mr. President Harris, Dean Roberts, and Dean Jaime, my friend, for giving me such an honor to be here talking to you. They made a condition I have only 10 minutes. 10 minutes talking about 36 years of work and all the situations that we have to go to deal with is quite difficult. So then I thought, when I saw the trustees, very distinguished trustees, and I said, what can I advise? What kind of advice I can give to these kids that they have not heard before? Thinking and thinking and changing because I did not prepare with the paper. Just 5 minutes before coming here, I recognized that today is 27th of May. And 27 is a strange number for me. On the 27th of a certain month, I was employed for the first time. The 27th of the month after was the first pay I received. 27th was the month my son was born. 27th was of a month that my daughter was born. Recently, most beautiful small kid, my granddaughter was born 27th of September. So 27th has been quite a successful thing for me, number. But there is a 27th of a month that I remember most dearly, most profoundly, most discreetly. So I'm going to share this with you. When I was a student, like you, after I finished, I was full of hopes and full of prospects, thinking. But then I'm Persian and I'm from Iran and origin. And then the revolution happened. Things changed. We didn't have access to our own money because of sanctions or whatever, from one side to the other and from the other side to the other one. And because of that, from one day to the other, we became poor. I was just married with my college love Italian girl. And so yeah, very tough. You could imagine Persian guys, you know, everybody is talking about how good we are in negotiations. She talked to me, reasoned with me, and made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So, having said that, I came home one day after 2 years looking for a job and not finding anything decent and doing all sorts of things that you could imagine. I considered any job decent, as much as you sweat, honestly. I arrived home from my boss and came out of the bus station and saw my wife sitting down waiting for me. And she was crying. She was crying because it was 27th of the month and we had no money left and we had no food left because a room that we had rented in an apartment from a lady, all what we had, rice, whatever, she had taken it. So we were without anything, desperate, absolutely desperate. Now, this thing is not romanticized, is the truth. It was a very complicated situation, very difficult, because none of us was, you know, type of person to ask help for somebody else. So we had to sleep without food, which is good, you know. I wish I could do it now. But then the day after, we went to, you know, look for a job. And I was in a very important street in Rome. And I went to a restaurant and asked for a job to wash dishes, to do what? Anything. They didn't give the job to me, even though there was a sign outside that they were looking for someone. It ended up that somebody gave me a small job, and then from a small job I started to have other opportunities, and then things changed. I don't want to talk about my career. I'm not here bragging about my past or my future, or my future, I don't know, but from its present. But I just want to share with you something that I lived after. 14 years after, I was invited in the same road, in a beautiful hotel, as the guest of honor. They were giving me an important award. And there were many people present, and the students from different universities. And they asked me to give them an advice. And I looked at these kids with really my heart beating for them, looking at them, all beautiful faces, full of hope, like you are today. And I just told them, simple thing, don't get discouraged. Don't get negative. Don't get disappointed and upset about the difficulties of life. You never know what happens to you. But I tell you, 14 years ago in this place, this very place that now they are giving me such an important recognition, they didn't give me the job to wash dishes. So life changes. The fortune or misfortune that can happen to you is not your fault or your merit in one case or another. But what you do with it is you. And you have to be very, very, very proud to have achieved what you have achieved today. I know some of you are drunk already. I see you. Remember, I am very strong with young people in my companies, and I always look at their eyes and I understand immediately how much drinks they had. And I know that you don't want, you're not, you know, you just are not listening. So what do I have to add to this? I can say this, one more thing. I just wanted to share with you this difficult moment, but just to say how beautiful it is today. My wife is still with me, still makes me offers that I cannot refuse. I have a son and daughter that both of them are very successful. I have 2 grandchildren. They're joys of my life. And things are beautiful, not because of money, guys. I know everybody talks about money, but it's not because of money. The peace you find in yourself is very different to what you find when you buy the first car. The first car is beautiful, really beautiful, but the peace you find in you is very different. Think about it. When you imagine paradise, do you imagine paradise with cars and buildings, or do you imagine paradise as a garden? I know some of you are imagining paradise for different reasons, but that's your hormones today. But usually it's different. Now, the last thing, a professor gave us this advice many years ago, and then I elaborated it by living it. Your business graduates, engineer graduates, all my life I have handled companies that they have high degree of engineering, and I'm not engineer. So I tell to your business graduates, don't make you feel in difficult situations because they are engineers. They don't understand anything. And you engineers, don't make these guys feel that they are tough guys, because they are like roosters for the farmer. If they wake up the farmer too early, he doesn't have time to work. He's angry. If they wake him up too late, he doesn't have, he didn't rest and he doesn't have time to work. So when they wake up the farmer early, at the right time, when the sun rises, they get excited. And the farmer starts making compliments to them. Very good finance guy, very good production guy, very good organization guy, very good human resources guy. Be careful, don't lose your head and thinking that you are rising the sun. The sun rises alone. You are just noticing. Now, when you two get together, the left part of the brain and the right part of the brain, and the balance is there, you become powerful, really powerful. None of you individually is going to be number one in the world. There is always somebody else who is going to be number one. Don't get excited or don't get jealous about this. But the one that is number one, go and see what has happened, apart from his ideas or her ideas, is the teamwork, working with the other people. So working with the other people, respecting people, be responsible to people, to your community, to your university, by the way, it becomes fundamental for you to grow. And don't be discouraged by double standard. Don't be discouraged by injustice in life. Nobody guarantees life to be just. But life is short and extremely beautiful. Don't waste time on grudges, on bad feelings, and wanting to make somebody pay because they did something wrong to you, or don't waste that. The time is so valuable. Use it for yourself and for your family. Having said that, this time I'm going to ask, I made this trip yesterday. I came here only for this and I'm leaving tomorrow. I asked the parents and relatives to give me this present, this gift. Can I ask you to stand up, please? The parents and relatives, please stand up. You must be proud of these kids. I know some of you how much sacrifices you have made to make them study. I know how much you expected from them. But today is your turn, my friends, because I'm the same, maybe even more older than you guys. It's your turn to say to them, bravo. Say it, bravo. Thank you.